Well, next week, 84 local veterans will board a plane to D.C. for their first Honor Flight Bluegrass trip of the year. It's an all-expenses-paid trip to see their national memorials with a welcome home celebration that they deserved decades ago.
Our Brooke Hash sat down with two brothers who served during the Vietnam War, now 50 years later, taking this flight together.
Herbert Stucker was the first of two brothers drafted during the Vietnam War.
Most of my class that graduated from high school was drafted or went in the service. They either volunteered or were drafted.
A few years later,
these are really old pictures here.
It was his brother Mike's turn.
The war was winding down then, so they weren't drafting everybody, so they set up a lottery system. The only time I ever won anything with the lottery, my number was 11.
Mike stayed stateside with the Army, tasked with listening for Morse code overseas. But Herb was shipped out as soon as he finished training.
I got over there in 1968. I was in country 1 week before the Tet Offensive started. So that was my introduction to the war.
Columns of smoke rose skywards as block after block in the capital city burned with the fires of Viet Cong treachery.
Got shot at quite a bit. We had an area that we went to when you got attacked, and it hit there. Thinking like a young kid, I went back in the tent, and that tent wouldn't have saved me from the 50 caliber, but that was my thing. Couldn't see me, couldn't hit me.
Herb was in Vietnam for about 10 months with one constant on his mind.
Here I've stayed all this time. Am I going to make it back home? Your whole life is built around staying alive when you're over there. And then you get back home and you don't have to worry about that. The only thing that really bothered me is I come back from Vietnam and I couldn't buy a beer. I wasn't old enough to buy a beer. I was old enough to get shot at, but not be able to buy a beer when I got back.
There was no fancy homecoming, no parade. You just picked up where you left off.
I think the World War II veterans were appreciated more, but Korean and Vietnam, we were kind of a forgotten generation.
Very few ever heard the words, "Welcome home."
People don't realize, and I'm not trying to get people to do it, but sorry. But when somebody just recognizes that you went and fought for this country, it helps. Because we didn't get that when we came back.
50 years later.
But now, I have a lot of people do that.
Our country's still righting a wrong.
What do they say?
Most of them is thank you for your service. And a lot of them, you didn't get treated right when you came back. But just saying, recognize it. It's showing us that you really care about people who put their life on the line. And that's not just going overseas, that's here in this country too.
Because no matter where you served,
Yeah.
you sacrificed. In Spencer County, Kentucky, Brooke Hash, WHAS 11, on your side.
And get ready, that recognition is coming big time next. We can't wait to see the Stucker brothers on next week's Honor Flight.
Yep, and we certainly thank them, that's for sure. Our Brooke Hash and Chief Photojournalist Philip Merle are tagging along with them, and we'll have the coverage in the following weeks. And you're invited also to welcome them home. That's next Tuesday night at Ali International, and you're asked to be there by 9:30 with the celebration getting underway around 10. It is a long night, but you'll never forget it. I've been to one of those before.
Oh, yeah.
It's really emotional.
We cover it often at the airport, and they have big crowds. Here's what